everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of On Screen. I'm your host, Dylan Wright.
And I'm Javert. Do not forget my name.
And I'm here to take you on a journey through film and television. Okay, so if you haven't already guessed from the great singing of Russell Crowe, today's topic is going to be musical. The all-singing, all-dancing episode, although I will not be singing or dancing, because I actually want you guys to listen to this podcast instead of running away in terror. So musicals are a genre of film that have been around for many, many years, and it's a genre that I've always been privy to. I used to watch Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, all the Disney movies, of course, on almost a regular basis. And it's an interesting genre to look at because oftentimes you'll have kind of an adaptation process to musicals, because sometimes they'll be taken from a Broadway show, or oftentimes, for instance, with the Disney movies, they'll be taken from myths and legends and old stories from storytellers and put into a musical format. So there's a lot of a transitional process to look at when looking at musicals. Now, with any genre of movie, there are good musicals and there are bad musicals, musicals that don't quite make it onto the big screen in a way that the filmmakers want it to be. For instance, you have Rock of Ages, which, of course, is the jukebox musical that was on Broadway and was very popular. But the musical movie version of it didn't really fare well at the box office, maybe because nobody wanted to hear a love duet between Alec Baldwin and Russell Brand, or maybe because they didn't want to hear Tom Cruise singing. I don't know what the general consensus was with that one, but it just didn't fare well in the box office. But then you also have ones that are hugely successful and go on to win multiple Oscars, like the recent adaptation of Les Miserables back in 2012. And of course, that one is kind of unique because it did all of its singing live, which is usually not how musicals work. Usually they'll have like a backing track and they'll lip sync to it, having recorded their vocals in like a sound booth so that they get the best take. But with Les Mis, they did all their singing live. They had like a little piano playing in their ear that they did the music to, and then they just added the rest of the orchestration later, which was really risky because your actors are singing each and every take. They could blow out their voices. They could mess up multiple takes because they have to worry about hitting the right notes as well as acting, kind of making it like the stage show. But the problem with that is that, and usually this is also the problem with a lot of movie musicals, is that who they get to do the roles are not musical theater people. They're usually actors who are brought in because of their acting ability, and the singing kind of comes later, like, for instance, Russell Crowe. But it's tough to find a good balance between the movie and being faithful to the musical, because a lot of the thrill of a musical is the feeling of being at the theater, the energy that bounces off the walls from the actors. In a movie, it's hard to have that because you're just looking at a screen and you're just hearing things, but it's an artificial hearing. You're not actually hearing a live voice, or you're not actually seeing someone emote like right in front of you on stage. So there's kind of a wall put in between you that prevents a lot of movie musicals from being as successful as the musicals on Broadway that they're based off of. I mean, that's not always the case. You'll often have really successful movie musicals that people enjoy, and it often actually opens the door for people to go see them in the theater because they loved the movie so much. I know a lot of my friends went to go see Rent after they saw the movie, and they were really impressed by the movie and really wanted to see the stage musical that it was based off of. So it's great that it's an introduction to the actual theater. And then you have the movie musicals that aren't based off of any, theatrical production, like most of the Disney movies. Eventually they'll become theatrical productions like Lion King or Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast. But before that, they're just an animated movie that happens to have music in them. But they are still musicals. They still have the singing and dancing parts of them. They still have the choreography. They still have the music used to further the plot, which is probably the most important thing about a musical, is that the music is used to express emotions that have become too powerful to emote through dialogue, and they have to be sung and expressed through motion and music, which is a really interesting thing that musicals do. It's something that doesn't happen in real life, obviously, but it's a really beautiful way to have characters express their emotions through song, to really let their hearts kind of sing when their mind can't really talk anymore. And that's kind of the appeal of musicals, is that they allow us to kind of make our emotions and our needs known through a different medium than was previously available. And I mean, Disney does a really good job with these musicals. The Lion King, that's critically acclaimed. Of course, it's based off of the story of Hamlet in a way. There's a lot of Shakespearean undertones within The Lion King. Aladdin's amazing. Beauty and the Beast. The Disney Renaissance were mostly animated music, and they were popular for a reason. They had catchy songs that furthered, the plot. They weren't just there just to have a song in the musical, just sort of acted as filler. And that's kind of why some musicals fail, is that they don't know how to use the music to further the needs of the story. The best musicals are the ones that know how to make the story continue through song. Like Mary Poppins, for instance, one of my favorite movies of all time. We have a song that details what the father expects of his family, and we basically get his character, we get what he thinks of his kids and his wife, and we get kind of further story details when he finds out that his kids have yet again misbehaved. And it's part of the development of the father in Mary Poppins, which is one of the biggest plot points within the musical that many people overlook. You see towards the end of Mary Poppins, spoiler, that he gets fired from his job when his son refuses to kind of stop being fun, and his imagination soaring, and he goes to his bosses and basically knows he's about to be fired and decides that, sometimes having fun with my family is more important than my job and my position and my status in life. And a lot of this is done through song and musical cues, and it's really powerful. I don't think it would have been as powerful if it was just kind of a straight family film without any musical interludes or anything like that, because it kind of contrasts the father's, no-nonsense, strict pomp and circumstance lifestyle with the whimsy and wonder and magic of, the other songs. And it's really interesting to see that. And I think one of the reasons that musicals have made such a lasting impact and have made it into the medium of film is because people like to sing along with the people on screen. It's like quoting a line, only doing it with some melody and, a pep in your step and a little flash, a little panache, if you will. And it's really fun to just sing along and kind of make it a little karaoke session almost, watching a movie, but also not kind of going out of your way to stop paying attention to what the story's being told, because the music is telling you the story as you're going. You listen to The Little Mermaid, you're singing Under the Sea, but you're also talking about how Sebastian wants Ariel to stay, under the water, down where it's wetter, because she'll be safer there. And what does the surface have to give anyway? Why is that so much better than where we are now? Enjoy what you have right now. And it's a fun song, and it's also a song that continues to tell the story of The Little Mermaid. And that's why it's so popular, because it doesn't take the detour to just do like a fun song just to get the kids to pay attention. It's doing a song that continues the attention because of how catchy and how important it is. It's not a throwaway song. It's a song that belongs there. And that's what a successful musical should do, is make a song that belongs in the musical, not one that's just thrown in to pander to an audience. It has to further a character, or it has to further the story. And that is the most important part of a successful musical. So since we're running out of time this week, I'm going to kick back the Netflix pick of the weeks for next week. But I want to tell you guys about something that I'm really excited about that's going to be starting with this podcast. So in coordination with the Woodward, I'm going to be writing a companion article to each podcast episode. So this week, for instance, since my topic was musicals, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 musicals that I really enjoy in an article form on the Woodward website. So if you guys are really interested in checking that out and want to know my opinions on, the movies that I talk about on here or anything like that, please check that article out. It's going to be it's something I'm really excited about, and I hope you guys really enjoy reading those things. So that's going to be it for this week's episode of On Screen. I've been your host, Dylan Wright.
And I'm Javert.
Nope, we're done. We're not doing that anymore. So, as always, if you guys have any suggestions for future topics on the show, please comment them on the video. I would really love to cover something that you guys want me to talk about. So until next time, take care.